We always paint a up reality that's not even true. It's reality what we think is true because our lives aren't what we want it to be. This whole thing about suffering, yeah, it sucks really bad, really, really bad. But we all live on this side of suffering, on this side, this nice box that's very comfortable, that we know when everything's going to happen. We're in it, it's good. We know how everything's going to turn out. It's those few people who are willing to go on this side of suffering. And once they get through that, ask him how he feels now. His mind, how far he grew. In that short period of time, he grew so much more than the normal person because he was willing to go outside himself. Because on the other end of suffering is greatness. So a whole bunch of us, we put ourselves in this great box. And in that box, there's no suffering in it. So what we do is we shelter ourselves from greatness. So for me, for instance, I was 300 damn pounds. I was living in that box. I would sometimes look over the box and I saw hell, suffering, storms, avalanches, tornadoes. I don't want to go over there. But I knew if I can get through that shit mentally, on the other side was a 185-pound person who's a Navy SEAL with through Ranger School. Only person to do this, only person to do that, only person to do this. But that's through all of that shit. All that shit I have to go through. So you peek over the box and you go back in and say, oh, I'm okay being 300 pounds, making $1,000 a month. I'm okay over here. And on the other side is where you really start your journey.
I Googled the 10 hardest events in the world. And what came up, number one, was this race called Badwater 135. It's a 135-mile race through Death Valley in the summertime. So 130 degrees, 135 miles, okay? I said, that's what I'm gonna do. I figured it had to be a stage race, like a 10-day race, something like that. No, it wasn't. It was a one-day race. And so I called the race director up and said, hey, man, I'm David Goggins. I want to do this race to raise money for a foundation. He goes, have you ever run 100 miles? I said, in one calendar year or what? He goes, yeah, to get in the Badwater, you got to run 100 miles in 24 hours or less to qualify. I said, you can't do 100 miles in 24 hours. I go, that's impossible. He goes, look, the only way to get in my race is to qualify. This is in November on a Wednesday. There's only 2 more races I can do to qualify for the Badwater. And one happens to be on Saturday. I call him on a Wednesday, this race is on a Saturday. You have a 1-mile track, you run around a 1-mile track for 24 hours to see how many miles you can get. At mile 50, I start to feel the bones in my feet start to break. And at mile 70, I haven't gone to the bathroom not one time. And this is when I realized that a human being, through all my 3 hell weeks, my Ranger School, my Air Force training, my childhood, everything I've done in my life, it has been very painful, very painful. This was the worst pain I've ever experienced in my entire life. I'm making humor of it, but this is what really made me realize that if you can shut all the noise out in your head and just all the crap that people are giving you, and you can focus on the task at hand and what you want to do, you honestly can do anything.
I know how it is to be alone. You have to be able to flip alone on top of its head. I gained a lot of strength from having a sewer mentality. And what a sewer mentality is how many people can make it out of the sewer alone? With no coach, no trainer, no one to guide you, no one to mentor you, just having a straight up killer mentality, having a warrior mindset, having a round 14, I'm gonna get the fuck up mindset. And you have to learn to flip that loneliness into total power. And that's what I was able to do. I was able to you know what? If I can overcome all these things by myself, how much strength will I gain from this? And you gain a shit ton of strength from it. I stopped looking at all the bad things that life handed me. And I started looking more as the ultimate training ground for where I want to go. I had so many Mount Everests in front of me. And whenever I climb one, fucking another one would pop up. Another one would pop up. And then I fall down a couple of them. And there wasn't anybody there to say, hey, David, I'm going to help you up, man. It was just me and me alone. And this voice in my head saying, we're not going to stop today. I am the most proud of the fucked up cards I got, the fucked up hand I got when I was born. And I'm so glad I got that hand because it taught me so much about the man I am today and what is possible for a human being. If you have work ethic and you are willing to outwork the motherfucker beside you, you can do absolutely whatever you want in life.
This young man wants to be a ranger, but he's afraid to go to ranger school. Not because how hard the training is, but because he's afraid if he fails, what people are going to say by judging him. One thing in life, this applies to everything in life. Anytime you move from being normal to trying to be exceptional, people aren't going to like that shit. Those normal people, it makes them feel like shit, so they're going to judge you. And nowadays, it's very easy to be a coward. Why? We got Instagram and shit. Most folks don't tell you to your face. They go online. They post about like cowards. Don't let cowards get in your head. And last thing, make sure you do you.
It's about building your own mentality, being your own hero. Being the best person you can be so you're not putting people above you. The worst thing you can ever do in life is put people above you. Because what happens there is you believe you can't reach that. You must believe that you're on a level playing field with every person in the world. And that starts with mentality. It always keeps you in the game. It keeps you in the fight. It keeps you in the battle. It keeps you moving forward. I never thought in my wildest dreams I'd even write a book. When this whole story began, I never thought my wildest dreams I'd ever write a book. So what it means is put everybody on a level playing field. If my approach to life is I want to catch Michelle Obama, I want to catch her. I'm number 2 behind her. Like I'm way behind her. But if your mindset is that, you're gonna be trying to catch this woman, versus thinking to yourself, you know what? I'm never gonna catch her. Therefore, if you put that in your mind, I'm never gonna catch her, you're gonna stop way short of your true capability. You have to believe that you have a shot to catch Michelle Obama. You have to believe you can. So by you believing you can, you're gonna work your natural ass off in the pursuit of trying to catch the impossible.